back. Type of view is that on the globe? It's a visionary peeking out the window of my soul. Might just fall back, lend a helping hand and play my role. You ain't all that.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between AFC West rivals. It's the Raiders and the Chargers. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, we start the new season with an AFC West division battle. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway in Southern California. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr. Now, first carry for the former Pro Bowler, Josh Jacobs. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw his Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now a play fake. Carr. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Into the red zone, it's Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down, and they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
The Carr finding his former college teammate Adams there for the Raider first.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Now Carr. Steps away to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. But not the graphic that this fan base wants to see week 1, Charles. They were hoping to see key acquisitions, some bright spots. Instead, we're talking about injuries, preseason injuries that have guys missing here in this one.
And even in today's football, where everyone does their best to try and have their starters ready for week 1, guys still have to practice. They still have to train, and injuries do crop up. You're exactly right about that, though, Brandon. None of the people supporting this team wanted to see that graphic on the screen at the start of this game.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The kick by Carlson is good, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack. Just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Charger offense makes its way out for the first time in this ball game, and leading the way, already a star in just his 3rd season, it's Justin Herbert.
It feels like hyperbole, but it's actually reality. In only 2 seasons, we've seen Justin Herbert do things rarely or never seen before in the NFL. He's one of only 9 quarterbacks now with the 5,000-yard passing season and made the Chargers a top 5 offense for the first time since 2010. He's also the only quarterback to ever throw at least 30 touchdowns in each of his first 2 seasons and set a record for completions over that same span.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Herbert. Caught by Allen. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Holding offense.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Came up to the booth. Last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
A 1st down for Davante Adams in his first season with the Las Vegas Raiders. Over the previous 2 years in Green Bay, he led the NFL in receptions and touchdowns, and he's building off of a 123-catch, 1,500-yard season. Now, of course, in Raiders black and silver instead of Packers green and gold.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On play action, it's Carr. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Foster Moreau, 32 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. From the gun, Herbert on third down. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Herbert now. Under pressure, they got him again. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Herbert off of play action. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 9 yards on the play and a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Max Crosby in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. After the sack on 1st down, Herbert, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. And he's going to get this down near the 25. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. This from 42 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call. They're opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And Hall not going to bring this one out. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the 2nd level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's Carr to throw. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. No run back here for Hall, and this will come out to the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
A big play there on the catch and run, and even 50 yards. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr, and he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Touchdown, Raiders! Mac Hollins, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality is certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Herbert going to keep it on his sneak, and he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They'll try the air now with Herbert. They'll find Williams on the slant. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 50, here's Herbert. Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end Parham. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Eckler now between the tackles. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. Give him 2 on the play there, and the Chargers are going to have a 1st down. It's Eckler again. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, turnabout is fair play, I guess. They had a pick 6 against them earlier, and now this defense, Charles, they get a pick 6 of their own.
And for a moment, let's just set aside how it impacts the scoreboard, because how about the response? One defense gets the pick 6, the other comes back and matches it. These are 2 defenses that are planning on winning the game for their teams themselves.
Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead is up to 14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. Oh, good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Chargers in good field position to start out, 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Now it's Herbert. Going back to Allen, he's got him again. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Herbert. Williams brings it in. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Herbert operating from the red zone. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert, it's complete to Williams. A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Herbert back to the air. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start by heading out west, State Farm Stadium in Glendale. And it's the Chiefs who have the lead in the second quarter. Isaiah Pacheco with a touchdown run. From there, we'll take a trip east to check on the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Christian McCaffrey, a touchdown run in the victory. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And that game all tied up with the visiting Green Bay Packers. On now to a check on the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And it was important for them to get the season off on the right foot. And they've done just that, thanks to a very solid outing by their passing offense thus far. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in Week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett. Consecutive gains of 1, 2, and now 3 yards. Brings up fourth down. They snap it to Herbert. That is caught. It's Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well, great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Play action. It's Herbert. And this is caught by Williams. Touchdown!
Mike Williams.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chargers are an extra point away from drawing level. On that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will tie us at 24. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays.
And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And Hall not going to bring this one out. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Carr.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
Throwing his Carr on third down. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, it's Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. That's caught by Waller out left side. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders have moved out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Chargers 24.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession.
And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he's got some space here. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 17-yard line. 85 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Working from the gun, it's Carr.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Open man is Palmer. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Denzel Perryman.
And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another 1st, but he appears to be a few inches short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd and very short. Carr. Throw right side into the hands of Foster Moreau. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there at holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking deep for Adams. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. The Charger drive about to get going. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series can very well determine our outcome. On 2nd and 9, Herbert toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. And this offense on 3rd down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. They'll find Everett there, complete. No gain on the play. And now bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
7 yards on the return after a punt of 39.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete here to Waller. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Now Carr. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And that would get a wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
Here's Carr. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 16. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A handoff, it's Eckler. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here's Herbert.
Got a man, it's complete, it's Palmer. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Herbert.
Working the middle here, that's That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Eckler. He's dropped just inside the 20. A second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. On 2nd and 9, Herbert. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And Allen's got it! And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now it's Herbert. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Do you have one of those charts that tells you to go for 2 or go for 1?
I don't. I know you do, but I don't care what the chart says there. You got to kick it, right?
I agree totally, because somewhere the chart's something's gonna pop out of the chart and say, hey man, just kick the extra point here. You're in good shape. I think they were chasing points there when they didn't need to.
Yeah, trying to get a little bit greedy, take the lead in the 4th quarter. Now they still trail by 1. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense. And this offensive line is really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. Khalil Mack, of course, the former Raider, there to make the tackle. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Jacobs. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Herbert and the Chargers down by 4, a little under a minute to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Herbert to throw. Finding Allen.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Throwing, Herbert.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Now Herbert got to get into the line in a hurry. Now Herbert.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Down to their last chance now. This is going to have to be a heave for the end zone and just hope for a miracle.
And I don't sit back with everyone back defending. I've got to have somebody rushing the quarterback. Don't make it easy for him to set up and throw the ball all the way downfield.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete.
They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, or you shit wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose like a bloodhound. I'ma throw them off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face cause you been inclined. I can say a lot, but I'm not. Gotta keep it down, making sure nobody drown. I'm my brother, keep it now. Mike Jack hit me up and said I gotta beat it down.
This player's development trait is hidden. Put him in your...
Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get the run